Hello, today, a great dish. Little fish in tomato sauce. A classic that never fails and that you can also change up by adding different veggies, potatoes, different kinds of fish. So many options. But is it prepared
like this?
that easily?
I'll start the recipe. It's simple. Take 2 potatoes or just one if they're really big. What I do is peel it and cut it into slices that are pretty thin. Then a frying pan, a splash of oil, and I brown them a little. So I move the oil around and wait for it to heat up. I'm going to set it to medium-high heat, put the potatoes in, and I'm just going to wait for them to brown. There are 2 little tricks. The first is to add salt, and the second is to use just a little oil so they end up almost like they're grilled. Here I take an onion, and while the potatoes are cooking, I finely chop it. Now when I see that the potatoes are starting to brown, I flip them over. It's that simple. Once they're a little golden on both sides, we'll take them off the heat and set the pan aside. On the other hand, I take 4 pieces of fish and coat them with flour. Yes, I dredge them in flour so they're well coated, one after another. Of course, with the fish freshly washed. And now we go back to the pan where we have the potatoes. And with the oil, again over medium-high heat, we place the fish in, making sure to sear it so all the juices stay inside and it comes out juicy. Pay attention, as this is a matter of precision. And just like the potatoes, you have to flip them once they start to brown on the bottom. And at the end, we're also going to do the sides. Yes, that's right, just like you heard, so that it's sealed all over. They don't need to get too toasted, but just a few seconds so they're nicely sealed and all the flavor stays inside once those few seconds have passed. Like this, we take them off the heat, setting aside this pan where we'll still have a bit of its flavor left, to use it to prepare what we chopped at the beginning, the little onion. Of course, I also allowed myself the luxury of chopping 3 cloves of garlic, which I'm going to brown first. I could use garlic powder, but I prefer garlic in pieces, cloves, or whole segments. That's even better for me. Once the garlic is browned, we add the onion, stirring it from time to time until it turns this translucent color and becomes soft. Time to make the super sauce. We're going to prepare it with tomato, and if you make this combination, you'll be licking your fingers. It's very quick and very easy. You take a can of crushed tomatoes, which is about 400 grams, put it in, add half a pack of fried tomato, about 100 milliliters paprika to taste. Be generous with it because it gives a great flavor and also adds salt. There it is. This is what's going to give us an exceptional flavor and a bit of aroma with some rosemary. There it is. We mix well and let it cook, always on medium heat. Put it in slowly. We want it to simmer slowly so everything heats up evenly. You can even cover the pan after a few minutes. Look how good this looks already. This is the point where, when you move the sauce, it takes a while to settle back. Once you have it at that texture, you add the fish, and depending on the type of fish, it will need to cook a little more or a little less. Always just a few minutes, but the time depends on the thickness and the type of fish. What we're looking for is for it to be tender, so we cook it in the sauce, stirring from time to time, so that it always spreads evenly and we don't end up with drier spots. And if you want, you can even flip it over, but that's optional. The important thing is that it cooks slowly and evenly. After a few minutes, the fish will be ready. All that's left is to add the potato from the beginning and let it cook for a few more minutes, then the pan will be ready. If you want to know how many minutes the potatoes take, it depends on how thick they are and how much you brown them at the beginning. But always keep stirring so they get coated with the sauce. You stir and let them cook for a few minutes, then stir again, and keep doing that until they're soft. Because at that point, you'll have this wonderful dish ready to enjoy. Doesn't it make you want to dig in with a spoon? An impressive fish dish with potatoes and sauce? If you want to enjoy, you know what to do. Get cooking. That rhymes. But the most important thing is that it's a fact of life. Food gives us energy, and this is appealing. Look at how this looks. Oh my. Which one are you going to start with? Let's place the fish on the tray, the little potatoes around it, and a bit of sauce.
Look, 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 what a marvel, a perfect tray with 2 fish fillets in my case and with turbot and little potatoes. And most importantly, the sauce, which brings everything together and makes it fantastic. All that's left is to take it to the table, but if no one sees me first, I'm going to try a little piece. Are you going to lick your fingers? Today we're really eating. I hope you liked it, and let me know in the comments what kind of fish you would use, and also tell me where you're watching the video from. That way, we travel the world with delicious recipes.